This is the story of a man who spent over 400 days fighting to survive in the world's largest and most unforgiving ocean, the Pacific. After more than a year at sea, he returned alive, breaking records. But what happened next shocked everyone and led to a surprising twist. He ended up in jail. Let's dive into this unbelievable story. The Pacific Ocean is a giant. It covers 71% of the Earth's surface, making it bigger than all the land combined. It's so vast, it's almost impossible to grasp how large it really is. This ocean holds thousands of small, remote islands, some of which no one has ever visited. It is possible that if you combine all the land on this Earth, deserts, ice, mountains, rivers, and everything else, even then, it would still be smaller than the Pacific Ocean. If someone gets lost in the Pacific, survival becomes nearly impossible. But against all odds, one man managed to survive. In November 2012, José Salvador Alvarenga, a 36-year-old fisherman from Costa Azul, Mexico, set off on a fishing trip with his friend Ezequiel Cordoba. Alvarenga's plan was to spend 30 hours in this vast Pacific Ocean, about 120 kilometers away from the port. If he caught good fish, great. Otherwise, he would return home. They were in a small 7-foot boat, so small that Jose couldn't even lie down in it. It was meant for short trips, close to shore. The boat was small, with only one small engine and a tiny fridge. They didn't have much food, just enough for one day. They went 120 kilometers away from the shore, hoping to catch fish. But soon, they saw a storm coming toward them. To avoid it, they decided to leave the fishing net behind and rushed back to shore, driving the boat as fast as they could. For 6 hours, they kept going, getting closer to the shore. They could see it, and they could even see their village. But then the engine stopped working, and they were stuck. They tried to use their radio to call for help, and they told their boss their location, but soon the radio's battery died. Now they couldn't talk to anyone. The storm was far behind them, but the boat started drifting away from the shore. They couldn't do anything. The shore disappeared from sight, and the strong waves pushed them farther into the ocean. As days turned into weeks, their supplies ran out. They had no food left, and they had thrown away their fishing gear to make the boat lighter during the storm. They had no choice but to survive on what they could catch: birds, fish, and even turtles. A bird flew onto the boat. They tried to catch it, but they couldn't. They waited, hoping another bird would come. Soon another bird arrived, and this time they managed to catch it. They ate the bird to survive. When rain didn't fall, they had no fresh water, so they drank fish and turtle blood to stay alive. Their situation became more desperate each day. After about 4 months at sea, Cordoba's health started to fail. He could no longer eat or drink, and eventually he passed away, leaving Jose alone in the vast ocean. Despite the pain and loneliness, Alvarenga didn't give up. He survived by catching fish with his bare hands and drinking rainwater. He even ate birds when they came near. Slowly he got used to this difficult life, but the loneliness was still hard to bear. For 438 days, he survived in the middle of the ocean, alone and lost, with only the will to live keeping him going. He had been stuck